A Roman emperor once sent soldiers to attack waves, then proudly announced victory. This might be history's only war where the enemy literally never showed up. Imagine risking your life, salary, and dignity just to fight water successfully. History once recorded an event that sounds like a joke, but is actually real. The Roman Emperor Caligula led his army to the seashore for a very unusual mission. That day, the enemy was not another nation, but the ocean itself. Soldiers were ordered to stab the waves and collect seashells as trophies. Caligula then declared victory and prepared to return to Rome triumphantly. For nearly 2,000 years, this story has made people laugh in confusion. However, modern historians believe this event is far more complicated than it appears. In this video, we will explore whether Caligula was foolish or simply playing a dangerous game of power. The most popular explanation says Caligula did all this because he was insane. Many people stop thinking at this point and accept that answer immediately. After all, a man ordering soldiers to fight the ocean sounds completely unhinged. Ancient sources describe Caligula as cruel, unpredictable, and often irrational. However, none of these sources provide medical evidence or real psychological diagnosis. Most accounts were written by political enemies long after his death. This raises an uncomfortable question about how much of this story was exaggerated. And surprisingly, this famous explanation is not the strongest one. Another interpretation suggests this event was not madness, but religious symbolism. Caligula strongly believed he was more than a ruler, but a living god. In Roman belief, the sea belonged to Neptune, the god of the ocean. By defeating the sea, Caligula could symbolically challenge the gods themselves. This was not about winning a battle, but about displaying divine authority. To his audience, the message was simple. Even nature obeys the emperor. What looks ridiculous today may have felt powerful in an ancient religious context. Still, symbolism alone does not fully explain why the spectacle was necessary. Another explanation suggests the spectacle was meant to hide a military failure. Around this time, Caligula was preparing an invasion of Britain. The plan failed before it even began due to logistics and resistance from commanders. Canceling the invasion would have made the emperor look weak and incompetent. Instead, Caligula needed a public display that looked like success. Declaring victory over the sea provided a convenient replacement for a real triumph. To the public in Rome, the story sounded strange but still impressive. In this view, the ocean was not the enemy, but an excuse. The strongest interpretation is that this event was a deliberate display of power. Caligula was not trying to win a battle, but to test obedience. By ordering something meaningless, he proved that no one would question him. The soldiers obeyed, even when the command made no sense at all. That obedience was the real victory Caligula wanted to show. Power, in this case, did not require logic, enemies, or results. It only required people willing to follow orders without hesitation. And that is far more dangerous than simple foolishness. So, was Caligula insane, symbolic, deceptive, or simply power-hungry? The truth is that history rarely offers a single clean answer. Each interpretation explains part of the story, but none stands alone. What looks foolish on the surface often hides fear, ambition, and control. The ocean incident was not about water, waves, or victory. It was about who could give orders and who would obey them. That lesson appears again and again throughout human history. That lesson appears again and again throughout human history. If this story made you rethink history, hit subscribe for more moments like this.